What's good, YouTube? And welcome to another quick Time Wizard update. Europe is getting to keep Time Wizard as is, and that means it's likely not a decision from Konami, Japan, and independently handled by NA and EU. EU is saying, we're going to keep Time Wizard as is. We've received a lot of queries about Time Wizard events in our region, and we'd like to confirm that there will be no changes in how these tournaments are being run in the aforementioned territories. So, for example, if you wish to take part in the Ultimate Time Wizard 2010 event at the upcoming European WCQ, the game rules and mechanics will match the April 2010 period, and the same rules will apply for following major events. I think that it is hilarious to see this split. It often does seem like EU makes the more based decisions and for the player-based decisions, and yeah, it does pertain to cards on the market because there will still be big official supported tournaments, and flexing that Ultimate Time Wizard up here. Very nice job. Let's get to the cards though, starting with Battles of Legend debuting, being out. We're seeing how cards are going, and Gamer's Choice was on the head with a couple of these and also far off on others. We see that Lady Dragon Maid, they were right about on, and they have that discount code, so again, give the prices a little bit of leeway. Same with Fabled Luri. I think they were at 50, and you can see it starting to come down, but this is what I suspected people would want in time for the NAWCQ to be flexing, and the chibi cards are doing not as hot as even I might have thought they would be. Some are falling down to very low on the secret rares early on, and I did think people would over scramble for them early and they would fall out. It seems like mostly just falling out versus pre-sale prices. Like Galaxy Eyes, I would think would be one of the more in-demand ones, and it's already sub $30 here, where yeah, it just keeps getting support. It's super popular. The Blue Eyes here, they did have overpriced a Gamer's Choice, and I did warn you, I thought, yeah, that seems really way too up there. It is around $10. Primate Lordly Load, you have to remember, was over $100 card whenever it got selected to get reprinted. It's the main chase, and they packed the rest of the engine in here to go with it, so it is going to have the most demand. It makes the sense that it is towards the top of the set over here. And I did say during pre-sales, I don't really know how the Emblem Ultras are going to pan out, and they are going cheaper than pre-sales to some degree. But like Skull Servant Chibi, I was thinking the secret might actually be towards like 5 at first, right? Like people might be after almost all of these, gotta catch them all like their Pokemon, and be scrambling early. But no, tons of listings on these. They are widely available. It's also nice to see from an ultra rare slot that stuff like Forbidden Droplet is actually giving value back to those that are pulling packs. Like seeing a card like that is more easily pullable is really great to see within the set. But let me know how you think about Battles of Legend and how it's panning out. Overall, even weaker than I thought. A lot of people already called that this set was going to be a bust. I called it a C- to a D+, and I'm definitely leaning towards the D, which would be more of a failing grade. It really did not have enough of metagame cards for meta players, and most of the ones that were, like Droplet, were still available within a range of under $10, but I'll never complain about cards like that being in here personally either. Megaliths have pretty much no reprints, and people are freaking out about the jumps from like quarters to 50 cents. That's a bit much for me to jump at early, but do be aware, new support, cards without the reprints. If you have them, you got the options of hold diamond hands or sell into the not that impressive skyrocketing, but a lot of them are starting to become dollars that people can't figure out how to create cards with from other sellers for cheap. We have Tenki up, and this is mostly for Lunalights as I understand. It's a deck I've paid attention to in past formats. I don't know how much it improves heading forward, but people seem really on it because the Quarter Century Secret Rare is on the full buyout mode here. You can see there's only 6 copies left, and yeah, even loading slowly here. Over $20 now for the QCR, and the first stoppage of downward movement on this Ultimate Rare. This is one that we've seen go ridiculous during certain formats, like 140 when we didn't have that QCR to compete with it, right? It has around $65 and then dropping off towards the 50s, but mostly available around 65 still. still, it's just interesting to watch the bleeding stop and it actually start to have people look around at it. Lunalight Saber Dancer is getting bought out too. We've pointed out tons of Lunalight buyouts, like the super rare of the fusion, and now people are even going for the common, and it's $1 because you just don't have easy access to cards like this. So when we do point and laugh at commons going up at times, sometimes they continue to rocket up and people actually do end up buying them out. Like, look at Martin over here as well. So people will end up buying them for playing the decks. Cyber Dragon Core quarter century secret rare continues to climb. This is interesting to me because Cyber Dragon's one of those ones I never want to underestimate, but a lot of people were saying the support, it just doesn't feel like it takes it next level, doesn't make it that good. Yet we continue to see buyouts, target focus climbs, so a little bit of a thing to note. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon, we just talked about these super polymerizations and how they're still always relevant, it feels like, and how the Starlight QCR, they continue to climb and have their buyouts. Well, you need targets for those cards. Starving Venom Fusion Dragon here starting to climb again for its QCR. I gotta say, there's a lot of nice versions to pick from for cheap, including the OG secret rare, but I do think the QCR looks pretty good, and then you have the other secret rare from the mega pack on it. Ancient Guardians, I haven't said that in a while, but Sulfacord got new support, and the collector rares are getting bought out. You can see Coolia super low on listings. There goes Gracia. I'm sorry, I took 7-8 years acquiring, and I just haven't had to come across that. But yeah, Fancia also really low on listings. People are actually buying out some of these. And when did Polari get down to 12 listings, yet is still a relatively low price? Nope, it's actually almost gone. $13, and then it's what happened here. Let me know why the Husartics? What? Space Bears? Maybe I missed something. Then we have Malice P. March doing nothing but going down. I did talk about how Malice continued to fail to seal the deal, and even as a threat of a deck, it feels like the other decks keep taking more and more space. So yeah, this is down towards 20 some odd dollars when it tried to start out at 50 to 60. Then we also just have Quarter Century Stampede, every single buyout failing and coming back down. No longer a $100 card. Again, people tried to force that Diabell Star up. Blazing Cartesia recently went up, but seems capped under 70 for now. You had people rushing at Called by the Grave as it actually becomes one of the top cards in here. Trap Dust Shoot is down almost, is that $20 from where it was originally trying to sell out? Yes, it is. And past format play is shaky right now, isn't it? So Konami not doing any favors to this set with the news cycle, combined with the fact that just a lot of this isn't, the same level of heavy hitting, really awesome cards as the first one, but there's a lot of nostalgia in here too that could age well over time. Again, Arcana Dark Magician, one of the first cards I had to secure personally when I was going for this, and with the flip-flopping on Edison, I might continue to pick up a couple of QCRs for the collection myself, especially since Konami did a good job backtracking. Now that I got to the cards, let's talk about a new figure dropping. This is not sponsored at all. I've personally ordered some. They will be doing first edition waves, but I don't think that'll play all that much into value because the first wave is 1,000. And that means if they did an unlimited wave of 1,000, you're at 2,000s of these. And they're more quirky and unique, but it has a style that is very popular in pixel art. And they do chase variants where it's like a 1% chance, I think, of a gold back. And you still get the actual regular back. They don't take it away from you where you'd have to order another to get that to display. So it's very interesting that they have chase models of like a gold back, a silver, I think at 3%, and a bronze or something at 6%. And this is wave 1. They have another Yu-Gi-Oh wave lined up, and if I'm guessing the shadows right, it's Kaiba, Soggy, the Dark Clown, Blue Eyes, Ultimate Dragon, and something else. So yeah, Blue Eyes. But no, seriously, it does look like we're going to be getting like more waves of Yu-Gi-Oh, and it was extremely popular on their forums. If you're interested at all, I'll probably be putting them on my filing cabinet and other places. I hope they get around to stuff like Genzo, Summon Skull, but that's, me. Thanks for watching today's Market Watch. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy these conversations. Again, run by First for Figures. This is Figgies, and they have some crazy reward systems, etc. It's just nice to see cheap Yu-Gi-Oh! Collectibles that have actual placement around the house. I think that's actually pretty neat, especially leading with BLS. That was good taste.